Hey guys, George Roddy Jr., Foreclosure Listing Service, and Roddy Real Estate Investing Academy. I wanted to take a few minutes and go over our program. It's called Property Analyzer Pro, your gateway to comps and deals. So let's dive into it. What is Property Analyzer Pro? And before I go into let's go over the benefits. I think as investors, we've all been there. What do we rely on the most is basically valuation. It's cost renovation and valuation. So the benefits of Property Analyzer Pro is you get instant gratification. You get instant comps. How many of you guys watching this video don't have access to real-time MLS data? If the answer is, if you're raising your hand, I see you, then you need our program. Basically, the Property Analyzer Pro sucks down the MLS data twice a day, and we provide our clients with comparable properties. Solds, actives, pendings, expireds, leased properties, for leased properties. You get those, you get access to that. We've made our search engine very intuitive and very easy to navigate so you can search and evaluate in seconds. Number two is find deals. Now, I might not have time to go through the entire program. I just wanted to give you a quick overview. But the second thing that Property Analyzer Pro does is every hour we are looking at active properties on MLS, and we are finding the nuggets, the best deals on MLS. So what we do is we look at every property that's active on MLS, and then we look within the subdivision and we come up with a value of what other homes in that same subdivision have sold for, and we take the top 3 comps that are within 15% in variation of the subject property size and 5 years in age. So if there were 3 houses that were size-wise within 15% in size, and year of construction was within 5 years in age, we consider that a good comp. We take the top 3 comps in the last 6 months, and we say, okay, this house is worth X. What are they asking? And then if it has at least 30% equity, we'll display it on our best of MLS webpage. So you have really 2 sections, comp a property and best of MLS. Now the good thing is I'm going to show you what it looks like here in a couple minutes. The third thing that you can do is if you find a property on the best deals of MLS, you can actually write an offer or fill out the promulgated form, the TREC form, and then save it to your computer, and you can print it out so you can submit an offer. We don't allow you to submit an offer from our website. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Basically, you're able to plug in the numbers and fill out the contract and then save it and print it out so you can send it to the agent, basically send it to the listing agent so they can evaluate whether they're going to accept or reject. The benefits are comps, find deals, and write offers. Why do you need Property Analyzer Pro? It's really 2 things, timing and accuracy. I know that before I had my license, I was an investor without a license and I needed access to comps, and I would talk to my friend and say, hey, he was a realtor, and he said, look, anytime you need comps, call me. I'm here for you. Well, a couple times it worked perfectly, but the 4th or 5th time I said, hey, Rick, I just need some comps. He's like, man, I'm really busy. I'll get to it. And then he said, I'll do it tonight. And then tonight came and tomorrow came and the next day, and I never got the comps. So I needed comps, and I missed out on a deal because of it. Now, I'm not going to blame Rick. I blame myself because basically that led me to get my license. For you that aren't licensed out there, we have a solution for you, and that's Property Analyzer Pro. So timing is everything, especially it's February 2017, and this market is so hot. You need to be making offers hours after a property is listed sometimes, especially if it's a good deal. As you know, good deals don't last. Number 2 is accuracy. I can't tell you how many new investors will come up to me and say, man, I've got a smoking hot deal. And the first thing I ask is, what do you think it's worth? So I'll just tell you, I ask 3 questions anytime somebody comes up and says, hey, I've got a deal. Are you interested? I ask, what's it worth? What's it need? And what can I get it for? Again, what's it worth? What's it need? And what can I get it for? What's it need is the renovation cost, the rehab cost. What can I get it for is what's your price? Unfortunately, when I ask what's it worth, he says it's worth $300,000. And then when I ask, well, how did you come up with $300,000? He said Zillow, or he said Redfin, or he said HomeSnap, or he said X or Y, or I just looked on the appraisal district. And unfortunately, that's not accurate. Okay, the appraisal district is low. Zillow is high or low, it's all over the place. We need accurate, timely comps. We need comps within a subdivision or a zip code. We need to be looking at real deals, not a zestimate. Those are the 2 reasons why you need Property Analyzer Pro. Steps. Let's talk about it. What are the 4 steps in order to profit in this business, and why we built what we did, the Property Analyzer Pro? Step 1 is I go to Property Analyzer Pro, I log in, and I put in, if I drove by a house, I'm going to show you an example of a property that's up for foreclosure. Number 1, I search for comps. Number 2, I evaluate the comps that Property Analyzer Pro gives me. Sometimes they give me too many comps, and I have to then be more specific. So I'll go back and tighten in my parameters and then get just what I'm looking for. Step 3 is I calculate based on sold comps and pending comps and activity in the subdivision. I'm going to be able to calculate what the market value is of that property. And I'm going to make some estimates when I walk the property on the rehab. And step 4 is make an offer. Unless you know what the market value is, how do you know what you can pay? My tagline at the bottom is, if you're not writing offers every day, you're probably not buying houses. In order to make offers, you need to feel confident about the value of the property. And that is what Property Analyzer Pro can do for you. Enough about me talking about Property Analyzer Pro. Let's go ahead and dig into, I'm going to log into the system and show you how easy Property Analyzer Pro is. So guys, I'm here on our website, Foreclosure Listing Service, foreclosure.info, also flsonline.com. Those are the 2 websites. Right off the bat, this is not a free product. All right. I know you guys can, I guess, shut down the video now. This product, the Property Analyzer Pro, costs $69 a month. $69 a month. We could go up, we could go down, but at the time of this video, it's $69. I'd like to give it away for free, but we are a for-profit organization. The first thing, I have a username and a password. I went and I subscribed. I clicked on, and it says order a report or list. So I go and I'm like, look at all the stuff FLS has. We sell a lot of foreclosure data, post bankruptcies after the auction, struck off list, sheriff's report, post bankruptcies. I said that. Order a title search. But right here at the bottom, Property Analyzer Pro, click that, 1 month, hit next. Then it says, all right, it's $69 a month. You fill in your first name, last name, put in your email address and a password, put in your credit card, and you will get instant access. Like I mentioned before, I already did that. So I put in my username, my email address, and my password, and hit the go button. This page is our dashboard page. It tells me, or tells you, what products you have access to. So I have 4 products or 4 links that I have access to. So for this training video, I want to focus on look at Property Analyzer Pro, find comps and best deals. Let's click on that link. Again, I'm trying to keep this short and sweet. The best deals on MLS is where we're mining the active properties only. We're only identifying active properties that have 30% equity or more, and they've been on the market for 10 days or less. Every day we're updating this, so you can go to the best deals on MLS, and it's every hour it's looking for active properties and evaluating them to see if we think they have equity or not, at least 30% equity. For this video, I just want to focus on comp a property. Most of you guys have been in this situation. You're driving a street and you see a vacant house and you knocked on the door. You may or may not have knocked on the door, but you're like, I'm not confident enough right now. I want to know what this house is worth. So you would click on this blue image right here, comp a property. And you're like, man, once I know what the value is, I can kind of estimate what the rehab, back out my holding cost, maybe hard money cost, etc. And I know what I can pay, but it all starts with what's it worth. Here is our search page. By default, it is under the flip comp activity, active for sale. So it's for sale and it's active, or it's already sold, or it's pending, or it expired, it didn't sell, and so it expired in the MLS system. If you wanted to look for lease comps, all you have to do is click on this lease comps and activity button. Here's what you need to do. What I normally do is I use 3 fields: the county, the zip, and the subdivision. You can either start typing in the county name, and you'll see the drop down box. So Tarrant County is what I'm looking for. And then there was a property in a certain subdivision was 76036. And at that point, you could stop and just search. You're going to find hundreds, if not thousands, of active, pending, and sold. The more properties, the longer it takes to paginate the page. Now, right here is I have our foreclosure list. Here are a couple properties in Crowley. These were posted for the next month's auction. And so I just want to show you how quick you could do this. You've got a 1,400, I'm going to write this down so I don't forget on the other page. 1,428 square feet, 2005 year built. And I'm looking right here, 1,428 and 2005 was a year built. It's on boxwood. The tax value is $120,000, and it's in Lassiter Ranch number 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the subdivision name, then I'm going to come back and I'm going to put the subdivision name in here. Now, when I hit the tab key, it puts a % sign or a wild card. I don't need to worry about status, pool on property, seller type, property type, keywords. Let's keep it simple, guys. And I just scroll down and look right here, the status date. By default, it's 8 months. Now, some of you guys might say, oh, no, George, you just need to search the last 3 months because the market shifts. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think by default, let's just look back the last 8 months. Yes, I know there are times where the market is a little warmer or colder, like in December or in May, but 8 months is not bad to start off with. So I've got the subdivision name, the zip code, and the county, and let's click on search. And here are the results. So we have the subdivision is Lassiter Ranch, and look at the map. So the first thing I love about this is it basically gives me a visual. Look at the subdivision, and the red houses are sold. The orange is pending and the green is active, and then we have 2 expired comps. Now I could use this, I could click on the satellite and it would put where the houses are, or I could zoom in and really hone in on what's, the streets and which one's backed up to a busy street, which one's backed up to a commercial property, etc. And so that might be helpful if you're trying to comp. This looks like it's some type of school, CTE center. You've got, looks like natural gas, kind of a natural gas station right here. Not a gas station, but an extraction center right here. Again, there's a little bit of distance, but it gives you a great idea. Now, and it looks like it's near a highway. I could back out some more. So again, it's nice and clean. Now here's what I like. It averages the comps for me. Low, average, and high. The average of these 19 comps is $82 a square foot. The high is 98. What was the square footage of our house? Do you remember? Yeah, that's right. It's 1428. So we have a 2,400 square foot house, 1,500, 1,400, 1,300, 1,800, 2,100. because I've got so many comps, I'd really like to dial it back. So what I'm going to do, I always suggest, hey, let's go back once we know what kind of activity has been in the subdivision. Now let's go back and put in and tighten it up. 1428, I would say 1300 to 1600, if that makes sense. And the year built was 2005, so I'm going to go 5 years older and 5 years newer. And then I click on search. Guys, what do you think? So it really reduced the number of records. And you remember the averages? Do the averages look a little different once you put in smaller homes? 1400, 1500, 1480, 1446, 1387. Right here is the price per square foot. Now, do you see the sold price? Do you see where it says available? By law, by MLS rules, I don't want to say by law, by MLS rules, we're not allowed to display the sold price on this website. What you can do is you can take 1447 and multiply it by 96.68, and that is the sold price. But we're not allowed to give you the sold price. We do give you the sold per square foot. If you wanted the sales price, all you have to do is click on the detail report or the one line report. So if I click on the detail report, here is what the detail report looks like. So it has the comments, it has the listing agent's name, it has the days on market, but again, it doesn't show sold price. We can't display it. How do we get the sold price is what you're asking. You have to email it to yourself. So we have my username right here. When you have access to the Property Analyzer Pro, it's going to have your email. I can type in any email I want. George is great at gmail.com, and it will email that email address. It's probably not accurate is what you're saying. I get it, but you get my drift. You can do that on the one line report or the detail report. Let me go back. All right, we're back to now if I start taking out, let's say if you want to just average the top 3, then I would take out the 94 and a 95. So you can uncheck these right here and uncheck this, and up top it should automatically start averaging the 4 comps you have, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 96.84 is your average, 98 is the high. Do you think this is helpful? In 5 minutes you can do this. Now, we want to look at the condition of the properties. All you have to do is you can click on this one line anywhere on that screen, and it will bring you to this detail page. There's no photo available. So Bing, it's going to show the bird's eye view of this house. It's going to show the Google map of this house, and it will show the street view of this house. There you go, and the street view. Now, if I want to go back, I want to show you just what I normally do. Give it a second to paginate. Is you can just click on some of these buttons right here to view the pictures. It says photos and comments right here. View the photos and comments. Now, again, I only found 6 sold comps. There is 0 active comps that are in this search criteria, but most of you guys really want to hone in on what our property's selling for. 2008, 2010, 8, 5, 5, and 5. These are probably my best comps right here. Look at the days on market. Sold price is not there, but the sold date is per square foot. Which ones? The bed, bath, garage, and pool. None of these properties have a pool. Subdivision, zip code, Crowley, address, and the seller type is if it was an REO property, I most likely would uncheck that. I would not use an REO property because more than likely it was not fixed up if most REOs are not renovated. Let me click on view, and here are the pictures. You can just hit this arrow and go through the pictures. You can see the condition of this property. You can read the comments right here, and you don't have to go to the next page. Really, a picture tells 1,000 words. It tells me what kind of condition this was, and it sold for $96 a square foot. So it didn't look like they had granite. It didn't look like they had hardwood floors everywhere. They had carpet and they had laminate countertops. That helps me when I go to look at the property and evaluate what kind of renovation am I going to have to do to the property. This is talking about viewing the results. And then I'm going to calculate what I think the property's worth. And based on that, I have a good idea of what kind of offer I can make. Guys, I hope that's helped. I didn't have time, but I can shoot another video showing you the best of MLS. I want to dedicate about 10 minutes on that. Send me any comments. Leave me any comments. Let me know. I hope this has helped you. I wanted just to show you how fast and easy we've made the Property Analyzer Pro for you to comp houses. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you later.